Good morning, dear students. We will start our revision work. We have already completed the annual portions, isn't it? So let's start revising from chapter 27. Nothing stopped them. Okay? So let's read the chapter and learn about them. All of you open the book. Nothing stopped them. Did you find? Alright, look at the book. It is a great achievement for anyone to perform extraordinary acts. But it is even more so when this is done despite being specially abled. It is true that no one can stop the person who has the ability to act on what he or she wishes to achieve. So, in this chapter, we are talking about the great personalities. Okay? The people who achieved so much in their life despite having specially abled. Understood? Okay. So let's read ahead. Here are a few people who achieved a lot despite being specially abled. Can you identify them? So here are some pictures given of the people who have achieved a lot despite being specially abled. Okay? So let's read. She was born in Kerala, India. One of her return trips from Mumbai to Chennai, she met with an accident resulting in the amputation of her right leg. She was given an artificial leg, and despite this, she became one of the most proficient and celebrated dancers of the Indian subcontinent. Who is this? The answer is, find out the answer. The answer is Sudha Chandran. Next, second number. She is a former American track and field athlete. So, she is a former American track and field athlete. At the age of 9, she developed a disease that left her legally blind. So, age of 9, she became blind due to disease. Okay. She is a 3-time national champion in the women's 5,000 meter race. She won 4 gold medals in the 1992 Summer Paralympics. In 2001, she co-wrote and published her autobiography, Now Finish Line, My Life as I See It. So, who is she? The answer is Marla Runian. Marla Runian is the answer. Next, number 3. He was a Dutch painter. He is regarded as one of the greatest painters the world has seen. So, he was a Dutch painter and he is regarded as one of the greatest painters the world has seen. His paintings have contributed immensely to modern art. So, his paintings have contributed immensely, so much, to modern art. In his 10-year painting career, he produced 900 paintings and 1100 drawings. He was suffering from a mental illness, and in 1889 he was admitted to a psychiatric hospital. He was admitted to psychiatric hospital. Who is this person? The answer is Vincent van Gogh. Next, number 4. He is widely regarded as one of the greatest composers in history. So, he is the greatest composers in history. He gave his first public performance as a pianist when he was only 8 years old. He studied in Vienna under the guidance of W.A. Mozart. In the year 1796, he began losing his hearing. In spite of his illness, he involved himself in his work and created some of the greatest work of music. He achieved all this despite being completely deaf for the last 25 years or so of his life. So when he was 8 years old, then he was just a pianist. Then 1796 he began losing his hearing. He started losing his hearing. In spite of his illness, he involved himself in his work and created some of the greatest works of music. Who is this person? The answer is Ludwig van Beethoven. Next, number 5. He was a well-known French journalist, author and editor of the French fashion magazine Elle. In 1995, he suffered a massive heart attack, causing him to go into a coma for 20 days. So in 1995, he suffered a massive heart attack and caused him to go into a coma for 20 days. After coming out of the coma, he found himself with a very rare neurological disorder called locked-in syndrome, in which the mental state is perfectly normal and stable, but the body is paralyzed from head to toe. So mental state was okay, perfectly okay, but from head to toe he was paralyzed. In that case, he was able to move only his left eyelid. Only he could move his eyelid, left eyelid. Despite his condition, he wrote the book The Diving Bell and the Butterfly by blinking when the correct letter was reached by a person slowly, reciting the alphabet over and over again. You see how difficult work he has done. With one eye, he was blinking and blinking, and he wrote the book. Understood? So who is that person? The answer is Jean Doe Bobby. Jean Doe Bobby. Okay, next. Number 6. He was a British theoretical physicist whose world-renowned scientific career spanned over 40 years. His books and public appearances have made him an academic celebrity. He was severely disabled by motor neuron disease since he was only 21. Gradually, he lost the use of his arm, legs and voice, and as of 2009, he was medically declared completely paralyzed. He used to communicate through a speech generating device. Who is this? The answer is Stephen Hawking. Next, number 7. She was an American author, political activist and lecturer. She was the first deaf-blind person to earn a Bachelor of Arts degree. Anne Sullivan was her teacher, who taught her to communicate by spelling words into her hand beginning with D-O-L-L for the dog. She was a prolific author. She traveled to over 39 countries with her teacher. She was a good friend of many famous figures including Alexander Graham Bell, Charlie Chaplin and Mark Twain. Who is she? The answer is Helen Keller. Did you do it? Alright. So next, let's read Wow. Hari Boniface Prabhu. Who is this? Hari Boniface Prabhu, a quadriplegic wheelchair tennis player, was a medal winner at the 1998 World Championship and was also awarded Padma Shri by the Government of India in 2014. So, Hari Boniface Prabhu is a quadriplegic wheelchair tennis player who was awarded with Padma Shri by the Government of India in 2014. Okay, so please learn this. Next, did you know? Let's read. Deepa Malik is the first Indian woman to win a medal in the Paralympics. She won a silver medal in the shot put event at 2016 Paralympic Games. She was honored with the Arjuna Award in 2012 at the age of 42. She is the eldest recipient of the Arjuna Award till date and also received